It's game day at Georgian. Hello and welcome to the Georgian College Athletic Centre in Barrie, Ontario for playoff volleyball action between the Georgian Grizzlies and St. Clair Saints. It's a playoff day for volleyball throughout the OCAA with East-West crossover matches going on all day. Here it's the East Division's first place seed, the Georgian Grizzlies, hosting the West's 8th place seed, the St. Clair Saints. Winner moves on to the OCAA championships. The loser cleans out their lockers and calls it a season. A lot on the line here today. It's St. Clair at Georgian for an OCAA men's volleyball matchup. Live on the call for today's game, I'm Sean McAvoy. Looking at the two starting lineups for both teams, St. Clair, number 5, Frankie Friesen, number 7, Shane Way, number 10, Mike Knight, 11, Michael Bondi, number 18, Ryan Acott, and number 19, Spencer Vanderland. For the Grizzlies, looking at number 1, Liam Gray, number 6, Jordy Romero, number 8, Eric Perot, number 12, Darian Haynes, 13, Bowen Mitten, joined by number 14, Mitch Armstrong. Two teams take the floor and we prepare for this one to get underway here at the Georgian College Athletic Centre. It's a handful of games going on throughout the day, about 7 games throughout the OCAA. The one that we're paying attention to between Canadore and Niagara, that's who the winner of this game will face in the OCAA championships. OCAA's, of course, next weekend at Humber College. And both teams today looking to play their way in. It'll be St. Clair starting with the ball. Ryan Acott preparing to serve for the Saints. Serve is up and we're underway. Romero missing on the first kill attempt and giving a point to St. Clair, who has the first lead of the game. Gray setting up Perot for the kill and the point for Georgian. A good pass and an easy point there for the Grizzlies. Now it's Liam Gray at the serve line. Kill. Number 5, Frankie Friesen, getting the point for St. Clair. Sends Mike Knight to the serve line. Ball popped up high in the air, played over by Haynes. Way steps in. And Friesen, the floater. St. Clair now putting together an attack. Romero's there. Gray with the set to Romero. Diving save by Way. Now Gray to Haynes, and that finds the floor on the St. Clair side. It's a point for the Grizzlies. Back and forth action here through 4 points. We're all tied up at 2. Eric Perot now to serve for the Grizzlies. Tran pops it up. Way with the pass. And Friesen playing it into the net. Grizzlies have their first lead of the day. And that's an ace for Perot, finds that back line. The Saints thought it was going out. It dropped at the last moment. It's a point for the Grizzlies, now up 2. Tran plays that one. Friesen with the floater over the net. But he'll get called for going over the line under the net. Another point for the Grizzlies, who are up 3. Tran, and miscommunication. Spencer Vanderland had to try and chase that one down, but out of his reach. And just like that, it's a 6-2 Grizzly lead, and a timeout's called by the Saints. St. Clair gave up 4 unanswered points there, and it'll be Georgian with the ball coming out of this timeout break. St. Clair trying to stay on top of this game, not fall behind by much. They've got a tough opponent. They'll talk things over. We'll be back in about 30 seconds when play resumes. It's a 6-2 Georgian lead. Eric Perot back to serve for the Grizzlies. Plays to Vanderland and puts it over the net. Gray with the pass to Mitten. It's tipped over. St. Clair gets help. Tran pass towards the net. Vanderland gets blocked. And that was Darian Haynes adding to his total. A record setter this season for blocks. And another ace for Perot finding that back line. Way to the net. Blocked by Haynes. Tran will make a pass. Far side for Friesen. Gray plays it right back over. And a free ball will be played over by Vanderland. Now it's Perot. Gray, Romero, and that's a point for the Grizzlies off of Mike Knight out of bounds. Georgian now with 8 straight unanswered points, looking to keep it going here. Way plays it to the net. And that's a point scored, number 11, Michael Bondi gets the kill. Trying to get the Saints back on track. Frankie Friesen to serve. Thorup pops it up. Gray with the pass to Perot, who steps in and gets the kill. Tran unable to handle it. Now Darian Haynes back to serve for the Grizzlies. Tran plays it right back to the Grizzlies side. Now Gray to Armstrong on the tip. Way had to make a save. Friesen steps in trying to get the kill. Armstrong was in position for the block, but it went off his hand out of bounds. Saints now putting together a couple points. Gray with the pass to Mitten. Pass a little low. And it's played into the net. Saints cut the Grizzly lead in half now. It's Georgian up 10-5. Armstrong with the hit there. It'll be chased down. Unable to do so. Knight was trying to get there, but out of his reach. It's a point for Georgian. Jordy Romero on serve. Friesen, Knight, Way will have to play it over. Romero's there. Now Gray with the pass, far side. Mitten gets the kill, point for the Grizzlies. Is that supposed to be sent over to this screen? Okay. And missing on that attempt, Ryan Acott, just wide. Romero will serve again. Armstrong is in position to send it right back. He did. Knight with the pass Perot, Gray, far side for Mitten. Pop back over to the Grizzlies side. Armstrong gets blocked. Grizzlies still on the attack. Tran misses on that one, played right to him. It was back and forth, and St. Clair was never really able to set up their offense, just playing the ball right back to the Grizzly side, and they finally finished it off. Knight with the pass away. Off of Gray and out. Point for St. Clair. Vanderland to serve. Tipped over by Gray into the open floor. And it's Georgian up 9, Bowen Mitten to serve. Way pops it right back to the Grizzly side. And Gray with the pass to Armstrong. And St. Clair is going to get a call for being on the net. It's a free point for the Grizzlies, now up by 10. Mitten misses on this serve. Saints now back within single digits. Shane Way on the serve. Look at the Saints rolling and back into this first set. Perot, Gray, back to Perot. Nice pass, and that's points for the Grizzlies. 2 cross-court passes between Perot and Gray. Perot finishes it off. Mitch Armstrong to serve for the Grizzlies, up 10. Knight with the pass to Friesen. Now Romero trying to get a kill of his own, but too much on it, sails out of bounds. Serve was good there by Ryan Acott, but points by Darian Hames and the Grizzlies. Liam Gray back to serve. And that's an ace for Liam Gray. He does it so well, and he's had a record-breaking season. This time St. Clair keeping it alive. He's scrambling to. St. Clair will call a timeout after dropping that point as the Grizzlies out ahead 20-8, looking to finish off this first set. The two teams will step away for about 50 seconds, so will we. We'll be back for the end of this first set. Coming back from a St. Clair timeout break, it's the Georgian Grizzlies hosting the St. Clair Saints. Grizzlies up 20-8 here in the first set. Liam Gray on the serve. And this one blasted out the back and a point for the Saints. This matchup, one of 3 going on throughout the OCAA at this time. George Brown Redeemer facing off right now, as well as Sheridan and La Cité, 2 games also going on at 1 o'clock. Handful of games throughout the day. It's an OCAA playoff day for men's volleyball, as Eric Perot earns the point for the Grizzlies and extends that lead now to 12. He'll head back to serve. Of course, the game to keep an eye on, Canadore and Niagara tipping off at 2 p.m. Winner of this game plays them in the first round of the OCAA championships next week at Humber College. Vanderland with the tip over the net. Gray pops it up. Thorup scrambling on the ground. Romero plays it over. Way sends it to the Georgian side. Thorup makes the pass, and Romero goes for the kill, and he got it right along that sideline. Pro back to serve again. Didn't get all that serve, but it's enough to get over. Tran with the pass. He didn't catch that one cleanly. Goes down as a double touch on Kyle Tran. Perot will serve again. Way to Knight to Friesen. Steps in, gets blocked, but out of bounds. Point for the Saints. Down 13, but lingering in this first set. Time to make a push. Frankie Friesen with the serve. Gray cross-court pass to Mitten, and he gets blocked. And that one, Spencer Vanderland. Big block, big celebration as he tries to fire up his team. Down 12, Friesen will serve again. Thorup pops it up. Gray with the pass to Romero. He gets blocked, but it goes out of bounds. It's a point for the Grizzlies. It went off of Shane Way, who was in position to make the block, but a bad bounce gives the Grizzlies the point. Now set point for Darian Haynes. His serve goes into the net. St. Clair lives on for another rally. And the pressure's on Mike Knight to keep this one going. 4th-year man out of LaSalle. Pardon me, this is Michael Bondi. He was on the serve. Mitch Armstrong getting the kill, though, and ending this first set. Georgian takes it 25-12, dominating the first set and looking to keep it going heading into the second.
25-12, and they leave it less than 5. 1-0. Thanks, make some noise if you want to get a Grizzlies Stuck 4 t-shirt.
So it's Georgian taking the first set by a score of 25-12, a dominant outing in that first set. And Georgian taking that first step towards playing into the OCAA championships next weekend at Humber College. Well, Georgian did a lot of things well in that first set. Their passing was really on point. Able to take advantage of good passing towards the net, finishing it off with big kills. A couple aces helped them along the way. Aces from Eric Perot. It's exactly what the Grizzlies wanted in that first set, a dominant win. Looking to get another one in the second. We'll step away for a minute and be back to bring you the second set between the Georgian Grizzlies and the St. Clair Saints. As we prepare to start the second set, it's the Grizzlies ahead 1-0. Mike Fours on the floor for his first time of the game, and he'll start things off with a serve. Friesen getting the point for St. Clair. Saints have gotten the first point in both the first and second sets now. It didn't mean much in the first. We'll see what they can do here in the second. Knight on the serve. This one into the net. We're all tied up at 1. Now Liam Gray to serve here for the Grizzlies. And that's an ace for Gray. Found that back left corner. He's had quite the season. Romero with a tip right back to St. Clair. It's a point for the Grizzlies now. They lead 3-1. And that's Gray with another ace. He's the single season aces record holder in the OCAA. He's also got the record for most aces in a game and career in the OCAA, so quite some accolades for Liam Gray serving again. Tran pops that one up. Knight with the pass to Vanderland. Gray passes it forward. Perot trying to keep it going off the net. Thorup helped him out. Romero with a tip over and point for the Grizzlies. All kept going by Sam Thorup, who was able to step in and help Perot after that ball went off the net. Great finish by Georgia Romero at the net. Way with the diving save. Tran plays it forward. Vanderland plays it over. Gray with the pass to Romero. It's blocked. Georgian has another try at it. Haynes with the tip. Friesen with the pass to Vanderland, who gets blocked to the net. He'll pop it up and keep this one going. Friesen plays it over, but out the back. It's a point for Georgian. After dropping the first point, they've come storming back with 6 unanswered points and lead by 5 early in the second set. Great misfires on the serve, and St. Clair catches a break. They now get the point and the serve for Frankie Friesen. Thorup plays it right back. Gray has to go to the other side of the net. Perot trying to keep it going, but out of bounds. Came from a powerful serve from Frankie Friesen. Georgian couldn't handle it, and he'll try again. Up 3, Georgian is here in the second set. Gray with the pass to Romero, and he can't play it over the net. Saints stringing together some points now. Thorup with the pass to Perot. Off the hands of Frankie Friesen to the floor. Point Grizzlies, Eric Perot to serve. Perot's serve goes out the back. It's a point for the Saints now. Ryan Acott will send it over. It's Thorup, Gray, Mitten, blocked. Blocked by CJ Hospitales. Seeing his first action of the game, and he comes up big, earning the point for the Saints along the net. Acott to serve again. Thorup gets in front of it. Gray with the pass to Haynes. Acott plays to Friesen, free ball over the net. Thorup now passing to Romero. St. Clair doing enough to keep it going. Sets a Perot for the kill and point for the Grizzlies. Darian Haynes to serve. Grizzlies ahead by 2. Vanderland gets the point for the Saints. Uncontested at the net. Vanderland will serve. High floating ball. Gray with the pass to Mitten, and he plays that one into the net. St. Clair crawled back into the second set, all tied up at 8. Vanderland on the serve. Thorup to Gray to fours. It's popped up by Friesen. Played over by the Saints. Now Gray, backwards pass to Romero. It's blocked at the net. A call will be made. It goes against the Grizzlies. Romero went into the net on that follow through, and now Saints ahead by 1, their second lead of this second set. Gray with the pass to fours, and that's a point. All tied up again. Jordy Romero to serve for the Grizzlies. Saints have only led 3 times, each time by only 1 point. Quite a spinning play there by Saints number 10, Mike Knight. Played it right off the head of Bowen Mitten, out of bounds. Point for the Saints and Shane Way to serve. Mitten to Gray, back to Mitten, and that's a point for the Grizzlies. Routine passing and a big kill for Bowen Mitten, who gets a point after that ball was played off his head out of bounds. All tied up at 10 apiece now, midway through the second. And Mitten's serve goes into the net. Saints go back out ahead by 1. Hospitales stepping in to serve for St. Clair. Thorup, Gray with the pass. Perot, he gets blocked. It's another point for St. Clair. Came from number 10, Mike Knight. Hospitale serves. Mitten plays it forward, and Friesen all over that, sends it right to the floor, and now Georgian has to call a timeout. Reed Saxby stepping in and breaking the action here. They'll talk things over and try and get back on track, but St. Clair stringing together some points and on a hot stretch as they've got a 3-point lead now in the second set. We'll step away for 40 seconds and be back when play resumes. CJ Hospitales will serve and resume play here at Georgian College. Perot earns the points for the Grizzlies. It was tipped at the net, but out of bounds. Mike Forrest to serve for the Grizzlies. He misfires on his serve attempt. It goes into the net, and St. Clair has the point. Mike Knight to serve. And his goes into the net. Two teams trading points on misfires from the service line. Liam Gray now to serve for the Grizzlies. Vanderland with the volley forward, and Acott plays it over. Now Gray with the pass to Haynes, and that's points for the Grizzlies. A nice high pass from Gray to Haynes. Haynes did no wrong with it. And that's an ace for Liam Gray. Went off the arms of Kyle Tran. Coming out of the timeout break, Georgian tied things up here in the second set. And another ace for Liam Gray. Off the arms, this time Frankie Friesen couldn't handle it. St. Clair has to call a timeout. Trying to ice Liam Gray with a couple back-to-back aces from the serve line. Georgian back out ahead, 15-14. They lead 1-0 in the game. We'll step away for 40 seconds as St. Clair talks it over. I'll be right back. Georgian back out in the lead by 1 midway through the second set. They lead 15-14, ahead 1-0 in the match. Liam Gray to serve. And another ace for Liam Gray. Mishandled again, this time Shane Way right through his fingertips. 3 straight aces for Liam Gray. This time missing. Puts an end to Liam Gray's run from the service line. Frankie Friesen heading back to serve for the Saints. And that one sails out the back. Just a little too much on it. Goes out the back as a point for the Grizzlies. Georgian earning a lot of points from the service line. Tran pops it up. Knight plays it forward for Way. Gray makes the diving save. Thorup with the pass to Romero, who gets blocked, but blocked out of bounds. Grizzly point. Low toss from Perot, but he managed to get it over the net, but the Saints get a point. Ryan Acott serve. Thorup to Gray to Romero. That's a point for the Grizzlies. Sharp passing from the Grizzlies earns them the point on that rally. Now Darian Haynes serving for Georgian. Tran pops it up for Knight, who passes it cross court to Way, who gets blocked at the net. Combination of Jordy Romero and Mike Forrest denying that one from getting through. It's a point for the Grizzlies, who lead by 4, trying to put an end to this one here in the second set. Friesen, Knight. Vanderland played it over, plays right back to him, and Knight with the pass to Friesen, who misses. Point Georgian. Tran, Forrest plays it over. A free ball played by St. Clair. And now Bowen Mitten. It was received by St. Clair, and Friesen gets the point for the Saints. Spencer Vanderland on the serve. Perot, Gray, Romero. Diving save, one-handed play over the net by Tran. Again, Vanderland will play it back over. Gray with the pass to Romero. It's still going. Friesen plays it over. Perot, Gray to Perot, and that's blocked but out of bounds. Powerful strike by Eric Perot, and it was blocked out of bounds. Point for the Grizzlies. However, the officials are going to talk things over. Romero's already in position to serve the next one. And officials maybe just communicating with each other to touch up something moving forward. I don't foresee this one being reversed. And it is a point for Georgian. I believe Mike Knight had a question about something, but it's all cleared up. And play will resume with Jordy Romero at the service line for the Grizzlies.
Something to the game for the Grizzlies is number 3,
Cameron Calhoun coming into the game for Bowen Mitten.
Something to the game for St. Clair is number 9, Ricky Friesen.
Kyle Tran plays it forward. Shane Way had to try and get it over the net off a low pass. It's a point for the Grizzlies. Pass game from number 9, Ricky Friesen. Tran popping it high up in the air, and it hits the rafters. That's a point for the Grizzlies. And now a set point on the way for Jordy Romero and the Georgian Grizzlies, up 24-17 in the second set. Friesen to the net. Romero gets in front of it. Gray cross court to Calhoun. And that's a point for the Grizzlies. They take the second set 25-17. A more competitive second set out of the Saints, but again, they fall to the Grizzlies. And now the Grizzlies has St. Clair on the ropes, playing for their season here in the third set. They need to make quite a comeback to keep their season alive and trying to play into the OCAA championships next weekend. St. Clair did a much better job keeping that one close. They were able to grab a lead by a few points midway through, but following a Reed Saxby timeout for the Grizzlies, Georgian came out firing and did no wrong in the second half of that second set. They stormed back, grabbed the lead, and never let it go. They take it 25-17 and have a 2-0 lead in the game. And now it's just one set separating the Georgian Grizzlies from the OCAA championships. The mood from each bench quite different. On the Georgian side, smiles and celebration as they get ready for the third set, trying to make their way into the OCAA championships. For the St. Clair side, a lot of focus and straight faces, trying to keep their season alive as Sweet Caroline plays throughout the Georgian College Athletic Centre. A lot of energy here. They want to see their Grizzlies move on, play for a chance at a provincial championship. They've fallen short the last 2 years. Focused and determined to get it done this year. They're well on the way. Mike Knight will start things off in the third set. And he starts it off with a serve into the net. Grizzlies out to a 1-point lead. Liam Gray will serve for Georgian. Way pops it up. Knight with the pass. Friesen steps in and gets the point. It was close right along that sideline, but determined in by the officials. It's a point for St. Clair. They've tied things up at 1. Frankie Friesen to serve. Gray gets in front of it. Thorup makes the pass. Away, trying to get it over the net. Misfires. Goes into the net. It's a point for Georgian. Perot this time back to serve. And that's a point for the Grizzlies as St. Clair wasn't able to return the serve. Off their arms, out of bounds. Perot with another powerful strike, and Romero finished it off at the net. Tran pops it up. Knight will make the pass. Off balance, Acott able to get enough on it. Falls to the floor on the Georgian side, and the Saints get the point. Acott will serve for the Saints. Down 2. Down 2 in the set, down 2 in the game. Looking to make something happen. This time into the net. Sets up Mike Forrest to serve for the Grizzlies. Vanderland plays it over for the Saints. Now Forrest making the pass to Haynes, and he got it. Found that back left corner. Point for the Grizzlies. They're out ahead 6-2 now in this third set. Way plays it over. Gray diving save. Perot trying to keep it in, but misses on that strike. Goes out the sidelines. Point for St. Clair. Now Spencer Vanderland to serve. Thorup can't receive that one cleanly, and it's an ace for the Saints. Vanderland serve missing, and that's a free point for the Grizzlies, who get the serve back. Darian Haynes will head back to serve for the Grizzlies, up 7-4. And that's an ace for the Grizzlies. Darian Haynes floating it over the heads of the Saints players. They thought it was going out of bounds, but not the case. Freeze in to Knight. Vanderland steps up. Thorup dives to keep this one going, and Armstrong plays it over. Tran has to dive for it. And he ends up blocking Friesen from getting that one cleanly. Tran made quite a play to keep that one going, to keep that one off the floor. Unfortunately, it popped up right in the way of Frankie Friesen, who couldn't step up and play it over the net. Off the net, but over. Shane Way plays it over. Armstrong rejects it. He does it again. Tran keeping it going. And finally, Armstrong on his third opportunity earns the point for the Grizzlies. Now St. Clair head coach Robert Lynch in his 10th year looking for answers out of his rotation. He brings in CJ Hospitales, seeing the floor again. Haynes' serve goes out the back. Free point for the Saints now. Haynes with the kill. The pass from Perot, and Darian Haynes gets the point for the Grizzlies, who are now out ahead 11-5. Jordy Romero to serve. And that's an ace for Jordy Romero. Off the hands of Shane Way, out of bounds. Tran playing it forward. Gray gets blocked at the net. Now he passed to Armstrong, who gets the kill and the point for the Grizzlies. Romero to serve again. And a double touch, this time called on Hospitales. It's a point for the Grizzlies, ahead by 9 and rolling. Romero this time, his serve goes out the back. Michael Bondi will serve for the Saints. Romero, Gray, Armstrong, and that's points for the Grizzlies. Routine passing and a routine point for Georgian, building on their lead. Mitch Armstrong on the serve, and this time blasted out the back. Mike Knight this time will serve for St. Clair. And it's time for them to put together some points, get back in this third set, try and win a set. Tran to Hospitales, over to Friesen. Off the hands of Liam Gray, out of bounds. Went for the block, almost got it, but it's points for the Saints. Knight's serve goes into the net. Liam Gray serving for the Grizzlies. Serve sent right back to the Georgian side. Now Gray with the pass to Forrest, who gets blocked. Forrest will pop it up. Perot plays it over. Hospitales with the pass tonight, but a double touch called and points for the Grizzlies. Called on Hospitales again. Gray serve into the net this time. Frankie Friesen serving for St. Clair. Thor's trying to play it over, but he misses it. It's a point for St. Clair now. And we'll see how long Frankie Friesen can hold this serve line. Thor's the pass to Perot, and he gets it. The pass was a little bit in front of him, but Perot did a good job of making contact, getting the point, and not hitting the net. Good play by the Grizzlies, who are ahead by 8. Hospitales plays it over, but Thorup gets there. Now Haynes with the kill and the point for the Grizzlies. Perot serves. Hospitales passes to Way. Gray with the bump pass to Haynes, who gets another kill. A 10-point lead for the Grizzlies, who are just 5 points away from a trip to the OCAA championships.
St. Clair takes their first timeout in the third set as the Grizzlies lead.
Now Robert Lynch calls a timeout. Maybe his final one of the season if his Saints can't string together some points. Looking to ice the Georgian run and make something for themselves. St. Clair down by 10 in the third set, down 2-0, and playing for their season now. Canadore and Niagara about to start their game in a couple of minutes from now. The winner of that game will face the winner of this game in the first round of the OCAA championships next weekend at Humber College. This, of course, an East Division, West Division crossover match in the playoff round. It's the first seed Georgian Grizzlies out of the East facing the 8th place seed in the West, the St. Clair Saints. And the seeding has looked accurate so far today. Georgian dominating this game. They're ahead 2-0 and looking to earn their way to the OCAA championships with 5 points. Eric Perot to serve and try and start this run. Hospitales with the pass to Knight. Knight misses it. Perot with some help from the net, plays it over. Way gets blocked at the net. Now Perot to serve again. And that's an ace for Perot. 2 points to go. Hospitales with the pass to Way. Gray moves it forward and Romero plays it over, but out the back, it's a point for the Saints. Perot has the serve and set match point for the Grizzlies, so a call. Let it go the other way, and Romero finishes this one off A little bit of uncertainty at the end whether that was match point or not. It is, and the Georgian Grizzlies have played their way into the OCAA championships. They win the match 3-0, a dominating win from the first place seed in the East, taking it over the 8th place seed in the West. The Grizzlies move on. The Saints call it a season. They did a good job competing here today. It didn't go their way. Not their game, not their season, but a good outing for the Grizzlies. They'll practice and get ready for a big weekend next weekend in Rexdale, Toronto. Headed to Humber College for the OCAA championships. They'll face the winner between Canadore and Niagara, who just started a moment ago. Thank you to everyone for tuning in to today's game. It's the Grizzlies coming away victorious. Their final game at home. They thank the hometown fans. It's the Georgian Grizzlies winning 3-0 over the St. Clair Saints. Thank you to everyone who tuned in. Live on the call, I'm Sean McAvoy. Have yourselves a great rest of the weekend.